Hey everybody, and welcome to day 43. 43. One of the things that I don't think I've ever discussed or talked about, I looked back on the previous days and I never talked about this whole theory of love and what I've grown to discover about love in my 50 years and different things like surrounding relationships and love. And it's funny because when I went through what I went through with my marriage and that was over with or whatever, I went to therapy, and one of the things that the therapist told me is he said that I actually did not even know what love is. I was never shown love, and not meaning from a man, not from like family and stuff like that, but he just felt that when you'll know love when someone shows it to you. So, you go through this process, and you grow into this way of understanding a definition of love. And one of the things that the therapist did say is love never hurts. And I also had grown into that system that I felt that love would be powerful and love would not hurt. So just recently, I had a discussion with someone and they had a different perspective and they felt that love did hurt. I totally disagreed, and it actually helped me, continuously make decisions about stuff, because if you feel that way, that speaks volumes in the way in which relationships are handled and stuff like that, because I am a person that without a doubt believes that love does not hurt. Like, I just believe that. So when I did some research, I want to read to you something that I came across that I felt was very powerful, and I'll spend the rest of my time talking about how I feel about what's written here. So it says everyone says love hurts, but that is not true. Loneliness hurts, rejection hurts, losing someone hurts, envy hurts. Everyone gets these things confused with love. Love is the only, they're saying, but in reality, love is the only thing in this world that covers all pain and makes someone feel wonderful. Love is the only thing in the world that does not hurt. If you feel love, you harness the power of love. And when I thought about this, and I said to myself, I without a doubt believe that. I just believe in the power of love, in the power of when you say you love someone, it just gives you the strength necessary to not hurt them. I believe that love will allow you to sometimes remove yourself from something, make yourself get in tune with things and say, love is powerful enough to make me do the right things or make decisions and so forth. But when we say we love someone and we don't get into action to ease their pain or do anything or give up, then it questions the ability of the power to which we say we love someone. It is a hard thing to swallow because, in one realm, we want to believe that people love us, right? We want to believe that they have good intentions and so forth and won't do anything to hurt us. But when you're faced with a lot of different things in a relationship and the person is still using the term I love you, but then you start looking at the laundry list of things that have come along, you have to question what their theory of love is. Because love encompasses support. Love encompasses sometimes stepping yourself outside of your own issues in order to comfort someone else. And come up with solutions, comes up with ways, and not give up. Love is powerful enough that it will make you not give up. But it when you see this and you see people use the term love and then you see the hurt that follows it, I'm sorry, but I have to question the fact of what are you actually loving? Because I will believe as the day is long, Love is a power that does not allow you to hurt. Point blank. The things that people have done to you are not the initial reaction to how you should treat other people when you say you love them, right? Because what people will do, and this is a conversation I've had, is that to me, love does not hurt. And what people are doing is saying, okay, well, this person said they love me, so they're doing this to me, doing that, and this and this. Okay, but that does not have anything to do with you loving someone else, because then that means what you're saying is, oh, well, because this was shown to me this way, therefore, this is how I'm going to express my love, is I'm going to tell them I love them, but yeah, there might be some times when I hurt them too. Yeah, that's not love. At least by my definition, that's not love. I really, it made me ponder on this whole thing that this therapist told to me. And when he said all these different things to me, and I had to think to myself, he might have a good point here. Now that I look back on it and say that, maybe it's just a possibility that even at 50, still at this point in my life where I thought that it was love, or where I thought I was in love, or where I thought these different things, that actually it has not even been shown to me yet, and that maybe I'm in love with the possibility of what it could be. And this makes for a big confusion. And I'll tell you, one book that kind of helps you get a clear understanding is Rhonda Byrne's, the same woman that wrote The Secret. She actually wrote another book. There's like series of those books, by the way. But she wrote another book called The Power. And that power, the book The Power, is all based on the philosophy of love, and how in order for us to really experience love at a higher power, we have to think in the love way, think in a positive way, live our life in a way where we are able to harness love. And I'm understanding that now. Like, I didn't get it before, but now that with things that have kind of happened to me in the past couple weeks, I'm starting to clearly understand a lot of different things, and I'm going to stick to what I believe in the whole definition of love. And maybe some people disagree with me or not, but it's like I've seen situations where people are in relationships, and the first thing the guy or the girl will start off with, but I love you, right? But then it comes hurt, and then it comes pain, and then it's like, so how are we connecting one and the same? And that's why I say we have a terrible, terrible misconception on the terminology of love. And then there's this confusion of where love allows you to love unconditionally, right? Where you take someone for what they are, how they are, and different things like that. But isn't it in the scheme of things, aren't we placing conditions on it, so therefore love is not unconditional? It's almost like, well, how much bullshit do you continuously take when someone keeps throwing this in your ear that they love you, but their behavior shows you something different? And I don't care what it is. It could be family, it could be friends, it could be, spouses and boyfriend, girlfriends, different things like that. We have a terrible, terrible misconception about the idea of love. And then here's another thing too, like, who am I to tell you what your definition of love should be? You can define love however it seems fit for you, but you have to understand something. If your definition is not in line with the other person's definition of love, it's going to make them make different decisions about things other than you. So and that's, I say that because I am faced with that exact thing. And it's like, my definition of love does not match the other person's definition of love. So what do? Because to me, that just is a laundry list of how the relationship will go, because we'll always not be on the same page. So you have to be careful about using this word love. We just kind of use it so freely sometimes, and then we don't quite understand what it really means. And I will always, always live by what I'm going to keep repeating myself. Love does not hurt. I don't care what no one says. Love does not hurt. Love is actually one of the most powerful internal feelings you could ever have, and it gives you the power to do the unthinkable in a good way. It gives you the power to get motivated, to want to have a sense of knowing that you've pleased the other person because you love them enough to make the necessary sacrifices and different things that you have to do. We do this with our kids too a lot, because we love our children, and we will do things sometimes. It might not be appeasing to us, but we know we love them enough that we love them in a way that we will do something to see a smile on their face and do it for them because we love them. It is the same with friends. It is the same with family. We'll do things because we love them. And I don't know if love necessarily needs to be in this grid where you say, I love, a boyfriend this way. I love my girlfriends this way. I love family this way. I love my kids this way. Love is love. And it is never, ever meant to hurt. And if you're telling someone you love them and you're hurting them in the same process, then I'm going to tell you, God is my witness, you need to start rethinking how you're approaching love in relationships. Love is never meant to hurt. And I will never, ever be in a situation where that is what they feel is the honest way about love. Nope, won't do it. So what I'm asking you to do on this day is I'm asking you to really think about the people that are in your life and use that term, I love you. And when you think about it, do they really love you? And is their behavior matching that which you are receiving? These words, It's almost like a lot of times people say, hearing the words, I love you, don't mean much, but it's the actions behind them. And I'm going to say it's both. Because I'm a person that likes to hear things, but at the same token, if your actions aren't showing it, then, then how much are you really in love? Because I've always said this, like I'm very transparent with what I say. I've always said this time and time again, is that no matter how hard I struggle or how many things I'm going through, I try my hardest to basically not ask for help. And I always say that if somebody loves you enough and they know what you're going through and they know what you're doing on a daily basis, weekly basis, monthly basis, if they don't love you enough to kind of step in and do anything about that, like you have to tell them, then again, you got to kind of question the theory of love in that regard. Because if somebody loves you, they want to ease your pain as much as possible. And if you find yourself in a position where you have to keep telling them what the pain is or keep telling them what's going on, then they've kind of put you to the wayside. So you got to regroup and think about it. But I also say this to you personally as well, to myself personally. We have to be clear on when we say we love someone. We have to be clear on the power to which love has. And if you are in a relationship and you find that, you might love someone, but there's not a lot of power behind it, then you're not really in love with that person. You just care for them a lot. So ponder on that and see what you think. Tomorrow is going to be really interesting because it kind of coincides with what I just said, but it takes it to another step. So, wait out for tomorrow because I want you to really get into tomorrow's topic. All right, you guys. Thanks.